now.
God, there it is. That's better.
I'm fucking producing this show that everyone thinks would be so much better without me.
Pretty sure you just hit play, don't you? Just hit record. Just hit record, let it fly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's just
The
as easy
talent,
as,
not the production.
if it's just as easy as hitting fucking play, Casey Lie, then by all means, honey, get over here and start hitting play.
Look, there's a lot of things I would like to come over there and hit, all right? But I think we'll just start with record.
Hello, YouTubes. We are back again with the functional relationship that is GPHH. I'm very level-headed today, YouTubes. I'm ready. I'm coming in here calm because here's the thing. Casey likes to pick. She does. She does it in the widest way too. So
Post-it notes.
So she does it in the widest way. She's a white picker, and that's fine. That's fine. But today, I have meditated. I have centered.
Mm-hmm.
I have some water. Probably not as full as it should be. With
Well,
all
that's
the
all
word
right.
vomit that I'm about to spew.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope that you haven't had a sloppy Joe because what comes out.
Like, way to not read. You know, a fucking bitch with an ego issue. Like, way to not read. That's not how you read a bitch who is like, I'm like, ooh, are you saying it's a steady stream? Love that. All right. Well, should we do a podcast? Do you have an opener? Have you done your work?
That's me vomiting. That's word vomiting.
The one thing she's asked to do.
I do it every week.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Oh. Just to be fair, she's the first to yell, and we haven't even started the show.
That was a cry for help.
All right, I'm going to give you a 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gay Power Half Hour, the only gay podcast on the internet that's just like an informant on Hunter Biden, because we're making this shit up as we go along, honey. With the Russian asset number 1, Casey Lie,
and I'm your private dick, Tony Soto.
Give it up for Vladimir Putin, everybody. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, she's Putin on the Ritz.
Hello, Casey Lie.
Hi, Tony. Great to see you as always.
So good to see you. So good to see you every week.
Tried to hang out this weekend, but we got rained out of fun. Fun got rained out.
I'm going to tell you, you were right to be.
Thank you. Wait,
you were
that
right
was nice to hear.
I know. Well, don't get used to it. It'll be the last time you hear it this episode. That's for sure. But no, like, you were right, because so I had started, like, listeners, you know that I'm doing the controlled starvation or intermittent fasting, whatever you say. So I stopped consuming calories, including booze, after like a certain time. Right. So I wanted to drink early. I wanted to have a bender. I did. I kind of wanted to get drunk and be that girl.
Yeah.
So I started at the local High Tops, the High Tops East, you know, the new bar that we have in the town.
Yeah.
And then you were like, you came and you're like, oh, I can't find parking. And I was like, well, it's all right. We're going to go to Akbar anyway. Go to Akbar. It was a little odd, right? The vibe was a little odd there.
It was 6 o'clock and it was crowded like it was 10:30 on a Friday. And it was, and then we were like, we kept being pushed further and further into the corner, and nobody puts babies into the corner, especially a baby who's on the wall. That we have a girl in front of us. Her name's Tony Soto, and she's on the literal wall, and she couldn't get any fucking floor space.
No piece for a fucking icon.
So we're like, let's go to the only other option in town on this side for hanging out with boys with their arms out.
Or dicks. Who knows? It is the Eagle. Yes.
You know. And there was a lot to cover, and I was like, no. Honestly, I've had enough of this. God is raining on Tony's parade. She said she's not going to be a boozy shit show tonight. She's going to go home and be home by like 6:45. 45 minutes together.
Yeah, that's what.
Not having a great time.
Yeah, but anyway, it's always and now you're leaving for a week. So
I am.
So listeners, we're not going to have a show next week because Casey is gayfully employed. That's why I said gayfully.
I heard you.
She's a fucking dick sucking queer.
Yeah.
And works. But so we're taking next week off. However, last week's episode has caused, I mean, it got people talking. People were talking about last week. People texted me and said, Tony, I know you sounded like you were so sick of repeating yourself every time. And you make so much sense. How do you do it? And I said, because I am built with a sturdy gait and can carry a lot of weight on my shoulders.
She's a sturdy girl. I've always said that. And one of the reasons why I appreciate her and always believe her when she says she will strap me on like a backpack and run with me through a crowd out of a mass shooting. Because she can because she's sturdy.
That really affected you. I'm sorry that affected you, but so much.
You're sturdy enough.
Yeah, no. The backpack thing, obviously. Has hit you in a way, and I'm going to tell you, I would fucking pull you down with me, and we would be crawling out of there. I promise. You're too heavy to wear on my back. I'd fucking fall over. I'm frail and skinny.
I don't believe you, but I do appreciate you lying to my face. I do that for me, for love it. Yeah. One, yes, I appreciate your ability to constantly repeat yourself louder and louder and louder. Most episodes, that is a strength, not a weakness. And also, I had plenty of people tell me how good the show was as well. And again, tell me how
how patient you are. Oh, that's the thing. This is the thing, listeners. Casey texted me immediately after our last week's show and was like, "Oh, I cannot wait until all the people text me and tell me how patient I am with Tony, the fucking crazy bitch who's just out of her mind."
No, the thing is, and if you listened last week, and we'll get to it in a moment, but you do, when you are at your most heated, have zero interest in you get the gist of what I'm saying, and then you say what you're going to say in response to it.
Well, the gist of what you're saying is like, so when it's all fucking like,
no. That's my takeaway from you last week.
And don't you fucking forget it. But anyway, last week was got people talking. And listen, here's the thing. We've had this shout out thing. We do it every time someone fucking says a good or bad. So this is just showing you my fucking character, how fucking okay I am with some of the shitty things that these white liberal faggots fucking send as comment about me on the show.
Otherwise known as our fans. Tony.
So anyway, do you want to do the little song?
Who gets the shout out? You. Who gets the shout out? You. Who gets the shout out? You do, you motherfucking white liberal faggot.
That's right. And we're going to start. Now, listen, here's the thing. We're going to start right with the gate because this person, she's losing faith in us so much that she brought down our average. That's right. She gave us a 2-star. And you know what? It's all right. Gay nod 409 with the subject line used to be great. Here we go. She said, loved listening to this show before it devolved into political yelling. Both raise good points and would benefit from listening to each other and debating in a controlled and productive way. But all they do is shout over each other. Tony especially.
Yeah.
Word vomits all over most of what Casey tries to say. Oh, this pod used to be my favorite part of the week, but now I have to turn it off almost every time I try to listen. Oh, but then she gives us a note. Fix the format or close up shop, boys.
Well, a couple of things.
This is one of yours.
I just wanted to say thanks to my mom for writing in. Love you. See you in a week. 1, 2. 2 stars, of course, for 2 stars, you and me. Thank you very much. Used to be great. Also, it's used to be great, not used to be great.
Well, it all depends on what we
no one's using us to be great. Let's be real. Using us for a good time. I don't know about a great time. And also, this show has devolved into political yelling. The show has always been political yelling, and while I appreciate, all criticism, is it's nice to a note to have to hear what people are thinking about. I think that we don't always yell at each other, and when we do, we have a talk about it, which turns into a week-long fight about it, and then we don't do it for a while, and then it comes back every once in a while, and now we're taking a breath. And also, it used to cause more actual fights, and what I love about us now is we get our fighting out, and we don't take it out afterwards, because you know how you feel about me, and I know how I feel about you, and we know how we feel about each other, and we're always going to equilibrium with a bunch of tolerating the back and forth disdain, occasionally.
Okay. Gay Nod, listen, here's the thing. Like, we never shied away from the beginning of this show being the evolution of a friendship. A friendship that started from the beginning, like literally just meeting each other, into now what is almost a decade worth of knowing each other. You've heard a lot of fights about a lot of dumb fucking things, but overall, truthfully, our politics don't really waver from each other that often. Like, we are typically, and we still are, for the most part, on the same side when it comes to things like that. However, there are heightened things that are happening in the world that we don't necessarily see eye to eye on. No. And if you can't take a little yelling of 2 very, very close friends who fucking respect each other boots, then it's because you don't like the fucking rhetoric. And I can get that because you don't like my rhetoric. And that's fine, babe. You can mute me and listen to Casey all you want. God knows he's going to be jerking off to your comment for the next fucking forever.
Word vomit. Tony's word vomit.
That's right.
Use it as lube.
Word vomit is not the read you think it is, babe, especially for someone who has an ego issue. Word vomit to me just means that you are complimenting on the fact that my words so seamlessly stream out of my fucking boca. All right? So don't think that you're coming to me saying that. And yeah, I do railroad over Casey's points sometimes, but that's because Casey's points are the same old points, and they just happen to be fucking wrong.
Yeah, and just because Tony is a TikTok algorithm come to life, a talking TikTok algorithm, doesn't mean that occasionally some of the things that are spurting out of his mouth aren't interesting to hear. Do I think that as a result he demonizes me and everyone to the right of him? Yes, of course he does. But that is something that he and I deal with.
I would never dehumanize you. I don't. That's a very conservative thing. I would never demonize you. I would say you're stupid, but I wouldn't demonize you.
You last week literally said it's a little demony. Your views are a little demony.
Oh, your views? Oh no, absolutely, 100%. Like if there's even an inkling in a person who can be like, yeah, if it's genocide, but like that's weird to me for sure. But we're not going into that because genocide. I am calm, and I have meditated, and I have centered. So listen, I'm sorry, Gay Nod. Listen, I hope that we find our way around getting back to the levels that you want to hear us at.
Dulcet tones.
I hope that you're doing your part, at least by contacting your local politicians and having them demand a ceasefire. All right. Unless you're a fucking pro-Zionist, because if you are, you're giving those vibes. Let's move on to a 5-star rating. That's right. These are one of mine. For sure.
Not just yours. This person says nice things about the podcast. No, you don't get all the ones who say
No, it's just press and play, huh? It's just press and play, isn't it? Yes, son of a bitch. All right, no, kidding. I love your mom. Horse Boy 22, 5 stars every week. Take that, Gay Nod. It says long time listener, first time commenter. I began listening in 2018 and listened to all the backlogs. Was working on a farm at the time and was alone a lot. So thanks for the company. Now I listen while doing house chores or on a walk. I truly look forward to hearing your voices every week. I love your friendship and hearing you laugh together. Whenever anyone I know is planning a trip to LA or San Francisco, I tell them to check you out and whatever gigs you have going on. Much love from Michigan. Now that is someone who gets it. Since 2018, you listen to all the back episodes, I would never.
Yeah.
I would
never. Some things I don't hear either of us saying.
You know why I would never? Because I distinctly remember after Trump getting elected crying for like 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like I was that was like, I'm never gonna listen to that again. I bought into the fear. You know what I mean? Yeah. I bought into it at that time.
He was a pussy hat wearing pussy crier.
We didn't die. But see, this is a GPHH listener. This is a person who
gets it,
who gets it and who sees it because I mean, I would much rather have a political argument with Casey live than I would have an argument about like something stupid that happened at a gay bar or something. You know what I mean? Like, or some other random fucking topic that we pull out of our ass every week.
Well, that's the thing is that, I mean, honestly, like you might not believe, but we see the day to day pretty regularly. We don't take the world seriously and we like to like take the piss out of everybody and each other. And I do think like it's funny where people will be like, well, you know, when Tony and I walk into a place together, people are going to get a little bit of a show and we're going to take the piss out of each other. And it's fun for us. And so people do sometimes think that we're arguing, but really we're just the way that we show love. It's how we were both, for whatever reason, damaged the way we were damaged, you know, like similarly. And you know, Tony, I was just thinking, we moved here in September. We met in February 10 years ago. This is our 10-year anniversary.
Oh my God.
Look at that's that. Real. That's real. Look at us.
Time happens. And see, that's the thing. And honestly, and this is going to tie into the last comment that we had gotten, a SoundCloud comment, which we never get SoundCloud comments, but Casey is the first, like is like not the first, but he's like a friend that like immediately was like, oh no, we're gonna talk if something is wrong, and that's really kind of like, so yeah, we get heated, but I'm not gonna be mad at him for maybe more than, you know, well, how long was that?
A week, almost a week, about a week. Yeah, it went from one podcast to the other.
You get 7 days, baby.
Yeah.
Oh no, I talked about you on the Tony Sutter Show this week.
In a
well, not you, but like this situation. Yeah. That's why I brought up the Rosie O'Donnell thing. That's what I was like, oh yeah, big fucking loud gay Tony picking on boy little tiny ass Casey. But this is
called me tiny.
This is from Lou Ruiz, who listens to us on SoundCloud, which is
love it.
It says, I love how after all the arguing, you both break out in laughter. Renouncing all faith is the only answer.
Hail Satan.
No, and here's what I'm going to say about that real quick. Yes, and see, that's the thing too. It's like, yeah, I know. I knew I was at fucking like 80 last week, but I knew immediately when he cracked a joke and I laughed that it's like, yeah. Because the thing is, I'm not mad that he gets his fucking news from fucking centrist like NPR bullshit. Like, it's not his fault.
Yeah, and it's not his fault that he doesn't know when he's yelling and then thinks that I've gotten him to that levels because that's just his voice.
Oh, she gets me to that level.
When he calls me names repeatedly, I know that he's doing it because it's how he learned to show up.
Let you know you're dumb. But renouncing all faith, listen, you know, thank you, Lou. You know, Lou, you must listen to the show. You know that I'm very, you know, I don't fucking give a shit about religion. It's fucking stupid. But I think you have a right to fucking be stupid if you want to and believe in the shit. And the thing is like, I don't believe that this thing happening in Israel has anything to do with religion because it has to do with Zionist fucking colonialism. And that is it. Like the way that the Jews are protesting in Tel Aviv right now is fucking through the roof. And that alone is really fucking good to see. It's like the amount of unrest that is happening within the people of Tel Aviv themselves. Because, like, truthfully, it's the fucking government.
Well, but that's
and the illegal settlers in the West Bank and anyone who's going to be buying property in Gaza. So there we go. That's all the listeners are the shout outs.
Well, you got a shout out. You did. You got a shout out. You did. And thank you. And keep them coming in. We love to hear from you guys. And
maybe a 5-star to knock the 2-star off of the main page would be great on the iTunes. Just
I think 2 stars is good to have there because all of them, if it's just 5 stars, it's like people will be like, oh, it's just their friends listening or whatever. And no, these are
listen, and that was my biggest issue. Yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, that was my biggest issue with like my original co-hosts on like the Tony Soto show. It was like they didn't always realize the expanse of the audience and that people actually listened to them for them and liked them or agreed with them and I have been being disagreed with on the internet for over 11 years now. So you're not always going to agree with me, but you're always going to hear my fucking opinion on it. And I can listen, Gay Nod. I love you, Gay Nod. Listen, I hope we don't lose you. I hope you do still listen.
Agreed.
But I hope you fucking relax your fucking butthole a little bit, bro. Okay? Relax your fucking butthole. All right? Exhale. All right?
Yeah, I think we can all agree Tony is pretty disagreeable, and I think that that's something that I learned early, and I have run with it. And also, Gay Nod, maybe a little bit of hit of poppers before you listen to GPHH will, ease in to an experience that is harsh at first, but really satisfying by the end.
Someone who listens to us before they go to bed texted me, and they were like, they put us in their ears.
Yeah, like that's a lot.
Their bedtime 30 minutes. And last week they were like, whoa, that was like an alarm out of nowhere. Like I was getting there.
27 minutes in on the dot. You're anti-Semite.
Yeah, you did call. I mean, basically,
I didn't call you an anti-Semite.
I mean, no, but you drew pictures to it. You pointed to it, and that was a lot. That like. You unleashed them.
The thing is, because
you unleashed those evil Zionist fakes. Because here's who's not calling me anti-Semite. The Jewish people that I know. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, hold on a second. On that issue, I mean, like, I was thinking about it, and it's this issue is for Jews literally everywhere in the world. Like, it's the issue. Israel, what's happening in Israel, not just this thing, but just like Israel's, right to exist, all these things are something. Well, I'm just saying, I'm not just saying the words, Tony shouldn't have an eye roll because that's how
we talk about their brainwashing that they hear.
Okay, but hold on. I mean, but so, no, I know, but like, but no, because it's Jews around the world, and not all Jews are Zionist. And not
all Jews,
and by no means all Zionists agree with the Netanyahu government and what's happening. And no, they don't.
I don't believe
it is. Hold on. Let me ask this question. And so, in your mind, there are good Jews and there are bad Jews. If you are a Zionist Jew, you are a bad Jew.
I believe that Zionists are bad. Yes. Okay. I mean, you say Jews, and that's I like. But
no,
you trying to make.
I don't want to get. I don't want to. I'm talking specifically.
But that's where you drive it. That's where you drive it. Because the thing is, it's like it is okay. It is not make someone an anti-Semite to not like Zionists and their actions, colonial settlers and their actions.
This is not to my point. Let me get to my point before you refute my point, because you're not letting me get to ask whatever. So, but that is my question. Is like, and this is where I think it gets iffy for when I hear the way in which you describe it. You're basically you're saying yes, but would you say if there was one issue
there's good Christians
for black people, and those who agreed with you were good black people, and those who disagreed with you were bad black people, like,
are the bad black people genociding on other people?
Well, the thing is let's just say,
in this scenario, are they
in certain parts of Africa there is ethnic cleansing going on?
Yeah, and guess who's behind a lot of that?
America
and Israel.
That's
and for you to say that.
No, but the thing is, it doesn't. But you're just saying
that bugs me.
But by you just saying it, there's no. So you're saying there's no history behind ethnic conflict in Africa.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Sure. But
so you're not answering my question.
You're openly funding something. Are we are we literally like bragging that we're sending billions of dollars to them? Like that's different. Because see, this is the thing too. This is what I love about liberals is they want to be like, what about other genocides? Like it's like
that's not what I'm. But you also like genocide, Tony.
No, because they also because that's what's happening, and I'm not going to stop saying that because that's what's happening. There's a genocide.
I wasn't making it about genocide. I was making it about Zionism, about Zionism, and about Israel as a country existing. I
asked you when you brought the scenario.
But you didn't get to the full rounded part of the scenario. You just started refuting it before I said what I was. Well, I mean,
your questions are long, babe. Like,
but you didn't. They're long because you keep interrupting me.
Okay, ask it.
If Jews are Zionists, they're bad.
Yeah.
See, and the thing that is
Zionists are bad. I think that the Jewish Zionists bad. I think that Zionism as a whole.
You don't think there is any for an issue that affects because Israel as in existence and its existence, not its right to exist, but its existence affects Jews everywhere. Affects Jews everywhere in this world. And as a result of that, who come from all over this world and have completely different experiences, and also look at and also look at Israel and the formation of Israel through a completely different lens from you.
Yeah, brainwashed.
Okay, that's how, and that's
where they believe.
So you don't give anyone leeway to have opinions that are conflicted because there are tons of Zionist Jews who hate what's happening in Israel right now.
Where?
Now. In America. I know tons of them. I know tons of them. And
good. I'd like to talk to them.
Okay, you want me to put you on the phone?
I'd like to know where their settlements are. I'd like to know what houses they took in the West Bank. You know what I mean?
And so if they're Zionist Jews and they are killed by people for your freedom fighters, and they're wherever they are, they deserve that.
No one said that. You're saying that.
But no, Hamas ate that up. Hamas ate that up. Hamas ate that up. It's the first thing that you said.
When you're oppressed, and you fucking, and when you are oppressed and you are looking for freedom, like even under the fucking UN guidelines, Hamas can't be held responsible for fucking what they did. They are an occupied fucking of land. But this is the thing too. It's like, look, say what you fucking want about the plights of the Zionist Jews, but they are literally picking fights everywhere they want. The only place that makes Jews unsafe is Israel, because their fucking intention is to literally dominate the Middle East. And if you don't think that that's the truth, then you are literally turning a blind eye to something. Like you are painting a picture of Israel as like this grand Mecca for people.
No, I'm not.
I mean,
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
That is not what I'm saying.
It's the only place that the Jews have in life. Like that's, and this is the thing. It's like the people who are killing the Palestinians over in Gaza have no genetic tie to that land. It's based on a lie.
Agreed.
It's based on a fucking lie. And so the thing is, it's because it's based on a fucking lie and because we invented it to happen. And so it's like we made the beast so we can't control it. And now the beast doesn't listen to us anymore. Like this is the thing. Like Netanyahu is spitting in Biden's face every fucking day. Like the ICJ says, you gotta fucking not do the shit you're doing. And Netanyahu's saying, I don't give a fuck what you say, I'm doing it. And guess who's still fucking paying daddy? We are. So it's like, pardon me if I can't sit here and be like, well, what about, it's all fucking gross and bad. And it's all coming from fucking Israel and us.
Yeah. That is it just kind of disappoints me and it makes me like it brings me back to what I was saying last week, which is like, you know, you're either with you or against you, and there's no nuance in between.
What's the nuance with with people killing people? What's the nuance? That's the thing, and that's what. But I'm sorry. 1 second.
Nuance about genocide. I'm not saying anyone.
Then what are we talking about?
Genocide. Israel's
if they weren't killing Palestinians by the fucking droves, do you think I would have a fucking problem?
No, but the thing is, you can support Israel and not support genocide.
Support Israel.
I'm not asking you to. I don't think you can ever. I don't think you'll ever support Israel.
How can you support Israel when they are openly using their own citizens?
I am not in support of the Israeli government. I am not in support of of settlements beyond beyond borders that were established fucking decades ago. And I am fully in support of ceasefire, and I am equally as livid that it hasn't, not equally as livid, but I am livid that it hasn't been, not just, I am, like, Tony, I show livid in a different way than you do, okay? Yeah. And I'm not livid.
You can vote for the guy fucking doing it. That's the thing. And here's the thing, I promise listeners, after this week, we will never talk about Israel again.
That's not true.
Because
don't lie to people.
No. I absolutely swear, because I wanted to talk about a queer icon who passed away.
Me too. We will. There's plenty of time.
Oh, no. We're out of time. So, I wanted to talk about a non-binary person who was murdered in Oklahoma, since we're so safe here as gay people and queer people. But we can't do that this time. And this is the thing. It's like this whole, you're either against me or you're either for me.
That's how you do. That's how you argue.
Yes. And I say that unapologetically, because here's the fucking thing. This country is based on the fucking bodies of dead indigenous and slaves. We are literally watching in real time, in modern time, what we did to the indigenous people. We're watching Israel do it now to Palestine, and we're making it nuanced because they have a religion. And that is so fucked up. That is so fucked up and crazy that we have to somehow support that and make that okay and turn a blind eye to 13,000 dead kids.
I'm not supporting any of that.
But that's them.
No, the thing is like, Tony, you won't be happy unless Israel doesn't exist.
Oh, stop it. I would
be perfectly happy
if they get all the land back, because here's the thing. Jews were living there peacefully for the most part with fucking indigenous people there forever. And the thing is, it wasn't until they started stealing all the shit that it got here.
But you know why they didn't steal the shit? It was given to them by the international community.
Oh yeah, no, the international but no, this was in fucking the works for a long time, and don't act like suddenly it was just like not a fucking plan. And that is the thing. It's like I know. Oh Jesus. Hold on, sorry. Well, listen. I don't need to finish my thought. You all know how I fucking feel and where I am. And truth of the matter is, it is this fucking bleeding heart nonsense that gets me sometimes, because
whose heart is bleeding? Your heart is bleeding.
No, you're all like, oh, we need to fucking support. Like, no, we don't. Like, truthfully, we don't. And a majority of the fucking country at this point says, no, we shouldn't. And we have our elected officials being like, there's no plan to stop funding for them. We're going to veto another ceasefire.
I want to make it very clear, and I want you to hear it. I do not support military funding to Israel. I do not support anything that has happened since October 7th. And I desperately want Biden, for a variety of reasons, but mainly the humanitarian reason, to cut off Netanyahu and give him what he fucking deserves. I know for a fact that Biden, I know it in my head, and I feel it. He hasn't said it, but the reason Biden doesn't do it is because he believes, and I can say that it's not fully true, but I believe that what he feels is, by turning against Israel, he's condemning them to destruction. And I think he believes it. I don't know. I don't agree with it, and I don't agree with it. But that's what he thinks he's doing, because he knows that Israel doesn't have any friends in this world, and so he is worried to be that. But I also have a feeling, and whenever I get a feeling like this, it always kind of turns out right, that over the next couple of months, Joe Biden, just like Nixon in China, the one who you don't expect to do it is going to be the one who is going to change American policy when it comes to how we support Israel, and that will be a direct result of Netanyahu being the biggest fuckhead, one of the biggest fuckheads in the world. And so, like, just to be clear, because you lump me in a way with people who I absolutely do not agree with because I don't agree with you, and that is, you think that I believe Israel has a right to defend itself no matter what, you know, and that you
don't believe that?
Not no matter what.
Oh,
by any means, I've never said that. I have never said
They're
that.
still doing it though, so it's like, I don't know.
But again, it's like,
anyway. I don't. Let's look. I more than let you speak. Okay, I more than let you speak.
Yeah,
and it's true. Like, this is a never-ending circle. We had a really great list of topics. We addressed the important things, which was the fact that we're not always going to agree on things, and we're not going to agree on this. And I'm not going to be made to feel a certain way about my feelings, and I always and I come off of and I know that you will be like, you know, I act a certain way, but here's what I don't like is like ending a show and like feeling like I'm low-key being called a racist, because that is like, absolutely. I do not classify a Zionist as a race.
First of all, how dare you?
It just seems like no. Don't.
I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to be mad at you right now. I'm going to be mad at you. You can feel however you want to feel, but Tony, when you get it as hard as you give it, and you say way worse things. You say way more explicit things about me. Way more explicit things about me.
Okay, calm down. No.
So you're the sensitive one, and don't.
No. I'm not saying I'm sensitive. I'm saying on this topic, it always ends with me walking out being like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to fucking defend myself to a bunch of fucking, because like, here's the thing.
Why?
Here's the thing.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I get it. That's the thing. Like, you get these positive, wonderful little text messages from all your fucking friends telling you how great and patient you are. That's not the world I live in. And so the thing is like, and that is not a complaint. I am not upset about it. It makes me feel stronger because it makes me feel fucking right. So, but what I'm saying is, I'm dodging it from a bunch of people that send me shit calling me a fucking racist.
I don't call you racist.
So, but when it's like, oh, is it a good Jew or a bad Jew?
That's my question. I feel that very
fucking Zionist, which is people who think that they can go somewhere on land that's not fucking theirs and steal it from fucking people by fucking the sword or whatever the fuck.
Not all Zionists believe that.
Oh my God, that's just not true. Then they're not a Zionist. Then they're not. Then they're not Zionists. And they're Zionist sympathizers.
Well, yeah. But what I was saying is Jews who believe that Israel has a right to exist.
A right to exist at what cost?
I agree. That's one of the questions. That's absolutely
the question.
Not the question.
It's not at the cost. It shouldn't be at the cost of the people that are actually from that fucking land and have actual stake to that land, and not some bitch from fucking Portland who thought it'd be fucking fun to go on a fucking birthright and then fucking kick a Palestinian out of their fucking house in the West Bank.
I agree. I think that
my friend, is a Zionist.
Yeah, but
all right,
that's not all.
We have come to an end of the show, and we still talked about fucking Israel. God damn it! It really
we're only going to talk about it on your terms.
The fucking system and society and the planet. Casey, tell people where you can be found, because they know where to find me.
You can next week find me in Florida with all of my favorite people on my side of the political spectrum in Jacksonville, Florida.
Finally, your Mecca.
I'm gonna go fucking find a book reading fag and tell him to eat shit. And then eat some literal shit because it's Florida. Not working for the rest of the month in the comedy sense, but on March 6th, you can see me at Better Halves Comedy Show. And there'll be more stuff on the horizon, friends. I'll start working again.
Put it in your calendars, baby. Mark it down. Y'all, if you like what I am doing, let's see. If you're in California, I'm busy this weekend. Friday night, you can come to 33 Taps and watch me and Bitch Puddin host the drag race. We do bingo. It starts at 7, goes to 9:30. Then on Saturday, you can see me at Redline. It's going to be the last drag show at Redline before they close their doors. With queer moments. So it's gonna be like me and Meatball and Rubella Spreads and Angina. No, not Angina. I don't know. It's on Tony Soto Productions on Instagram. And then on Sunday, come out to the first annual Precinct Awards. That's right. They want to get you in there to drink booze and look at all their shows. So that's at 4 Precinct on Sunday, and that I'm hosting. And I am up for one of the awards, which I'm sure I won't win. But Tony Soto Productions is where you can find all the drag stuff. And of course, where you all love to call me the devil, the Tony Soto Show on Instagram and TikTok. Please DM me and tell me why I am the worst and why I should be kicked out of this country, because that was the best one yet.
Did someone say that?
Until next week.